Pet peeves. We all have them. And if you don't know what it is, it's practically something that just really gets on your nerves. It annoys you. I mean, not enough to ruin your whole day, but enough to aggressively annoy you in that moment. Anyways, I'm going to be letting you know some of my pet peeves and some of just common pet peeves that we all universally have. Number 1, not closing the door. I feel like everybody understands this. Like, don't come inside my room and then leave with the door open. Like, the door was closed when you came in, so close the door on your way out. Now I have to get out of my bed, close the door when no one asked you to come in my room to begin with. Mouth noises. Oh my gosh. I literally feel like I have like a disorder how much I hate mouth noises. I don't like chewing noises. I don't like smacking noises. I don't even like burping. I'd rather hear you fart. My next pet peeve is taking too long to answer a question. I hate it when people take too long to answer a question. My dad does this. Like, that's why sometimes I don't even like asking him questions, because if I ask him a question, it's going to be a 30-minute conversation when it was really just a yes or no question. Or then when you ask a question and instead of answering the question, they don't get straight to the point and they're answering everything but the question. For example, if I asked what the play was about, and instead of telling me what the play was about, you tell me what you ate. You tell me where you sat. You tell me the name of the actors. Like, oh, I don't remember asking about that. I asked what the freaking play was about. But anyways, moving on. Back when I used to get picked up a lot, because number 1, I didn't have a car. Number 2, I didn't know how to drive. I hate getting picked up late. The fact that everyone else is going home, going inside their cars, you're the only one at school waiting to get picked up because your dad decided to sleep in for just a little longer, or decided to go get groceries and decided that bananas were more important than picking up your daughter from school. But I'm not mad. I'm not. My dad worked really hard to pick me up every single day because he did not want us to ride the bus. Now I'm being a hypocrite because now that I have to pick up my little sister from school, I have to sincerely apologize because I pick her up late from school all the time. It pisses her off too. People who walk slow. It's more annoying when you're in a rush. Everything's more annoying when you're in a rush. But when you're in a rush and someone's walking slow and there's nothing you can do, like, move. Get out the way. Ooh, it pisses me off. It pisses me off. It pisses me off. Y'all, I'm actually a really nice person, so. Another pet peeve. I hate when people whisper right next to you, like to someone. When there's like 3 people and 2 of them are whispering to each other, you just awkwardly feel placed there and you're like, what am I supposed to do? Next pet peeve. I hate it when I'm on my phone and then someone is looking right at my screen. I mean, not that I have anything to hide or anything. It's just, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Like, I'm not doing anything. It's none of your business. Whatever I'm doing on my phone, you don't need to know. Especially when I'm texting somebody and they looking exactly at what I'm texting. Like, wait a minute, mind your business, first of all? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you looking at? That's all I can say. What are you looking at? I hate to say it, but I do the same thing, okay? It's like when you look at somebody's phone, you almost get a glimpse of their world and their perspective. Don't do it to me. Talking about staring at my phone. Staring at me. Ugh. And I'm not talking about people I know. When a stranger just stares at me that I don't know and I'm just minding my own business, why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face? Am I attractive? Like, what's it to you? Why are you staring at me? You know? So I take it out of my way to stare at them back. Yes. Oh, you have nothing to say? Then don't stare at me. Thank you. When it's kids, just because I know they can't even help it, I make ugly faces back. I will make the ugliest face back. I will look like a monster and stare at you back. I will make them cry. Talking of babies, don't cry. Ooh, a crying baby is a baby I don't like. A crying baby will make me cry. Okay? A crying baby is like an alarm you can't turn off. A crying baby is like a siren that's just going off nonstop and there's nothing you can do about it. There's no off switch. Like, if you're on a plane and there's a crying baby, I'm so sorry. You're not getting your sleep for the night. If there's a crying baby, you're not enjoying your show for the duration of the trip, because a crying baby's noise is so piercing that no amount of earphones, earbuds, noise blockers is gonna stop that noise from penetrating into your eardrums. You're gonna hear that baby no matter what. Don't get me wrong, I know that mother wants the baby to stop crying more than anybody else, you know, because she herself will feel like a disturbance and there's nothing she can do, and like, why am I not being a good mother right now? Like, I understand, and I'm not blaming the mother, I'm not blaming the child. I just think it's annoying. I feel like because babies are just so overstimulated by the new world they're in, they just have to cry about every single thing. If they smell something weird, they're crying. If they see something weird, they're crying. If they feel something weird, they're crying. If they taste something weird, they're crying. It's like they're crying at every single thing. If they burp, they're crying. If they fart, they're crying. But this goes back to the mouth noises. Don't talk to me with a full mouth. You can have a grape in your mouth and say something to me. You can have, a piece of candy in your mouth and say something to me. I'm not talking about like baby stuff. I'm not talking about, the food's already been masticated. I think that's the word for when you chew your food, right? But if your mouth is jam-packed with food and it's clogged up in your throat and there's a backup and you're trying to talk to me and I can't understand you, I might as well just walk away. Let me know when you're done and come talk to me later. Especially when there wasn't food in your mouth and you had all the opportunity to say something to me. But as soon as you stuffed your face up, you want to say something to me? I hate it when I see people litter or being messy in general. I'm like, how disrespectful can you be to not give 2 cents about the person who has to clean this up after? I feel like a hypocrite sometimes talking about my pet peeves because I do a lot of these things, If you know you're messy, like if you're a messy eater or you're just disorganized, just make sure to pick up after yourself. Because messy people can clean too. I can be messy too. But as long as you clean up after yourself, pet peeve solved, okay? I hate people who brag. What's more annoying than someone who just can't stop showing off about themselves or bragging about something? Is that even someone I want to be friends with? No. There's one thing to talk about an accomplishment or tell somebody you care about something you did. But there's a difference when we weren't even talking about it, or you're bringing up something cool you did every 3 seconds. You're constantly trying to one-up a conversation or one-up something I already said. It's like, wait, what is this? Who are you trying to impress? Because last time I checked, I don't think anybody cares, especially when it comes to something that you've been working hard for and something that you've been striving for, has been a goal of yours, and someone decides to one-up it for no reason. It not only makes you feel bad about yourself, it doesn't make them look good either. My best friend is a straight A student. No matter what, she's not making anything less than an A, okay? So when I come to her and say, I made all A's and B's, she's not gonna say to me, oh, well, I made all A's. Well, because number one, I already knew that. And number two, she knows that me getting A's and B's is a really big accomplishment for me, and she's really proud of me. So, you see, that's what makes us really close best friends and stuff. And if she says, oh, I paid off all my loans, and I tell her, well, I don't have any loans, you see how it's disrespectful and doesn't, who cares? Because I used to have a friend like that who every single time you said something, they had to one-up it. And that just brings up my other pet peeve of people who lie. Because half the time, them bragging isn't even the truth. It's not the truth. And I'm talking from experience. I knew somebody like this. And as much as I liked her, it was just so annoying that every single time she spoke, it was a lie coming out of her mouth. And you're probably like, how did you know it was a lie? Because I know. I know when someone's lying to my face. It don't even have to be big, huge lies. I'm talking about the petty white lies that don't even matter. I'm like, why are you even lying about this? It doesn't matter. Nobody cares if you can do this or not, Nobody cares if you have this or not. Why are you bragging about it? Why are you lying to me about it? I had this friend who, like I said, bragged about everything, and she constantly had to one-up you. You could never have a regular conversation with her, and she would lie. For example, when I got my phone, it was back in 6th grade. I was the first one in our group to get a phone. We're gonna call her KK. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you have a phone. KK would come up and be like, oh, you just now got a phone? I've had a phone for a really long time. And I was like, oh, so why haven't you ever brought it to school? And then she's like, my mom never lets me bring it to school because it's so expensive. I'm like, so what's the point of even having it then? She's like, well, I can only use it to call my mom. I'm like, how are you calling your mom if you're never allowed to take it out? She's like, oh, well, I can take it out sometimes, obviously, just not to school. And in my head, I'm just like, what are you even talking about? Nobody even cares. I feel like I'm so am I mean? Am I a mean person? If you have a better phone than me, what's the name of the phone? She don't know. She don't know the name of the phone. She was like, it's an iPhone something, but I don't remember. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're such a freaking liar. She used to irritate me so much. I think I also remember her lying about understanding and speaking Spanish. And I'd be like, oh, so can you speak Spanish for me? She'd be like, no, it's so embarrassing. What did our Hispanic friend just say? And she'd be like, bro, I'm not telling you. you're too embarrassed to speak it, and you're too secretive to tell me what this person said, how are we gonna ever know you speak Spanish? She wasn't Hispanic in any way. Not saying that you can't speak Spanish and be black, because I know there's a lot of black people who can speak Spanish. That's not even my point. My point is, if you can speak Spanish, speak the freaking Spanish. If you can speak Spanish, don't make up a whole fake story of how you learned Spanish. Well, I just grew up with a lot of Spanish friends. Well, guess what I did too? And all I can say is hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay? So if you can speak Spanish, speak it. No, you can't, right? Because you're a freaking liar. I spent a long time on that, but guys, I'm not even mad. I don't even care anymore. I got heated. It's a huge pet peeve of mine. Don't lie about petty stuff. Lie about big stuff. If you're gonna lie about things that matter. Lie about huge things that, that will protect and save your life. I hate when I'm talking to somebody and they're looking at their phone, or clearly not listening to me. If I'm on my phone and someone's talking to me, I specifically say, give me a second. Let me send this text first, or give me a second. I can't hear you right now. So if you're not listening, just let them know that you're not listening, or give me a second. Let me finish this first. Just don't let me finish my whole conversation. Next pet peeve. I hate when people don't own up to a mistake. It doesn't even have to be a huge mistake. And then when they do own up to the mistake, they don't fully own up to the mistake. They're starting to make excuses of why the mistake happened. I'm like, just say you messed up and call it a day. If you scratched my car, don't blame the fact that, well, if you hadn't parked so freaking close to this person, I wouldn't have scratched it. Just say, I'm really bad at backing out in a really tight space. I should have asked for help, and I'm sorry I scratched your car. It's really my fault. I'm sorry. Please explain yourself to me, but don't not take responsibility for your actions. This is the perfect transition for this pet peeve of repeating myself. Don't let me repeat myself. I don't like repeating myself. I'm talking about, I said a whole conversation, you weren't listening to me, so now you want me to repeat myself. Last but not least, this is more of a general thing. Just straight up being annoying and thinking it's funny, thinking it's cute. It's not. It's like the class clown nobody likes. Not the good class clown that actually makes everyone laugh, including the teacher. That was me. But I'm talking about the class clown that just gets on everybody's nerve, that thinks deleting somebody's essay is funny, that thinks turning off someone's computer in the middle of them trying to save something is funny, that thinks stealing people's things is funny. It's not funny. That thinks just bothering and annoying somebody is funny. That isn't funny. You're not getting popular off of this. And for the people who do get popular off this, I feel bad for them. That popularity quickly ends in high school. After that, nobody cares. Nobody likes you. The real world is bad. The real world will show you that people like you do not strive. I don't know what it was about little boys in high school. I'm sorry, I'm going to be a little sexist here, but it's these little boys in high school that love messing with people. Stop messing with me. I don't know if they think it's cute or like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. No. Okay? When you're turning off my laptop, I'm not fanning myself over attraction. I'm not fanning myself over the fact of how cute you are. No. I'm pissed off and liking you less and less every day. It's I don't know what it was. They would love messing with me. And not just me, everybody. Every female. These little boys loved messing with females. I don't know. I think they thought it made them look a lot more attractive than they were. And I know people like to mess with people they have crushes on. But I'm talking about, y'all don't like me. I know y'all don't have a crush on me. These guys would do it to every single girl, hoping that maybe one of them would. I don't know. I really don't know what the whole goal or aim was, but it really irritated me. I feel like when you're annoying and don't know how to respect people, you're ghetto with a capital G. That was my last pet peeve. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too long. Do you guys have any other pet peeves that I missed or that bother you? I would really love to hear them down in the comments. If you couldn't tell, this video was not scripted at all. I decided to experiment and see if I could make a video without scripting it, because as soon as I start scripting a video, for some reason I just don't sound like myself. I will rewatch the video, I'm like, ew, why do I sound like that? Why do I sound like I'm reading something? Because I obviously am. So this whole video was not scripted at all. Not even a little bit. So there's a lot more filler, there's a lot more cuts, there's a lot more nonsense, more stuttering, so sorry about that. I'll see if I can get better or see if I have to go back to scripting things. I find it a lot more fun, easier, and more natural when I'm not scripting things, and more real when I'm not scripting things. So yeah, tell me what you think of that. If I should just go back to scripting, or you liked this more naturally spoken video. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Love y'all.